Welcome back, Factory fans. In the last episode of our Factorio Space Age series, we started preparing Vulcanus for quantum processes by upgrading its space program and production capabilities. Today, we turn our attention to Fulgora and Gleba, where we'll continue our planetary upscaling efforts. But while Fulgora's upgrades are relatively straightforward, Gleba presents a whole new challenge. Let's get to work and see how we can overcome these hurdles. Our Vulcanus setup was pretty much complete. I just had to add a couple of additions because I completely forgot. But the big mining drill, so we definitely want to start creating that, and I've had to route the belts and stuff to create miners and electric engines and such for the big mining drill. To call this organized in any way, shape or form would be a complete lie. It is complete spaghetti because I just want to get off this planet and move on with our playthrough. But it is creating big mining drills. I've chucked in some quality modules. We've already got one quality one, but it's still in the same thing as the other one. I think I've got all the logic set properly, so it'll take anything over 20 big mining drills, I think. Yep, if it's over 20, it'll recycle it back and try to make more high quality ones, because higher quality mining drills gives less resource drain. Fantastic. The only other thing I added was a buffer chest for the tungsten, because I thought we didn't need tungsten, the tungsten plate, but in fact, if we look at Foundation uses tungsten plate. Fun days. And stone. Just set a buffer chest for stone as well over here. We can do that. Maybe over here is better. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Right now we're destroying the stone, so maybe we should just have the buffer chest here for stone. Just have a full box of stone. I don't know where we're going to ship stone from. There's no stone available on Aquilo, right? So there's no point. We have to do it from here somewhere. Wait, no. Doing it from Vulcanus is stupid, because it's not on the way to Aquilo. Never you mind. Changed my mind. Let's get out of here. We're gonna have to do stone from Nalvis or something. Or no, we can do stone from Fulgora. What am I talking about? Speaking of Fulgora, let's go head over to Fulgora next. We got to give it the same treatment, more rockets, and the ability to ship holmium better, and whatever other materials we need for the quantum chip. Superconductor. That is the material we need to set up for shipping. So I'm going to go over and get that done. I'll be right back. A couple of minor space logistics changes. So Fulgora is now responsible for picking up the science back and forth between Thingo and Nalvis. But we can also make it do the tungsten carbide, so we can continue with our production a little bit. So I'm going to set that up real quick. So we probably only want like 100 at a time. 100's a lot. We'll do the minimum payload at 100 and grab 100 as well. We should have plenty of rockets on Vulcanus to satisfy these requests instantly nowadays. So hopefully that will be all good. Now next, we want to decommission Power's route. I'm sending it back to Nalvis. Sorry. This is just gonna, SS Power is just going to be for transit now, because I don't want it to do stuff. Sorry, I just automatically, yep. Sent me down to Nalvis. That's fine. So SS Power is now just going to be responsible for transiting me around. So once it gets back to Nalvis, I'm going to jump on SS Power. SS Chili Boy is going to swing by Gleba after Aquilo to pick up the other science as well. Why are you struggling to pick up stuff on Fulgora? Let's just double check, make sure everything's functioning okay. Nope, you're perfectly fine. You got plenty of EM science to transport, and we've got plenty of science all backed up here. Lovely. Plastic bar productivity, yep. Nothing seems to be researching. Something else is missing. We've got some spoilage here. I don't know why there's spoilage backed up in random places. Oh, we're running out of agri-science? How is that possible? Is there like spoilage all backed up in here or something? I thought the spoilage goes through the system and then comes out the side. What happened? Why is there spoilage in every single system? That's not good. It was working in testing. Interesting. Let me just clear it all out and hopefully it starts working again. Shouldn't it pass the spoilage over this way? I swear I've done it in my testing when I did this setup. It all seemed perfectly fine. Let me grab it from the back. This stuff got clogged with spoilage? No, this stuff doesn't have spoilage in it. Very strange. Alright, I'm going to do this. I'll be back and then maybe my labs will function properly again. No, I don't think the spoilage is the issue. We're just limited on our purple science, I believe. But it's good to take some spoilage out of here anyway. I'm pretty sure when it needs to, it will be able to pass the spoilage down the line to this belt, because I've definitely done it in testing. Well, we'll have to see. Looking at my SPM back on Nalvis, it looks like our purple science is having a little bit of a shortage, and that's because our stone is trickling. Our old stone mine over here is running a bit dry, so I'm gonna take over this new stone mine on this side and patch in the stone. Fixing another couple of minor issues on Nalvis, our uranium ammo wasn't being produced because we had a full copper belt here instead of a mixed copper steel belt, so I'm just clearing that up a little bit. What is going on though? So over here is where the copper and the steel was supposed to be mixing, and it's not really doing it correctly. This is not the way you mix copper and steel, is it? Wow, that looks really janky, but somehow it works. Okay, it is a mixed copper steel belt now. Cool. This looks wrong. But here comes the mixed copper and steel, and that should fix our problem. Now our red ammo is going, and now our uranium ammo should be going very soon when the red ammo feeds through. Another issue that we were having is this uranium box is full, causing everything to back up. And also, yeah, the Kovarax process stopped, but I was missing a jumper here, and the steel plate wasn't being fed here, so our uranium fuel cells have stopped producing, and therefore we were having no more fuel in here, which is really bad. Luckily, we still have fuel in this one, just barely. Now that we have so many reactors, we should probably check the insertion condition to make sure the temperature is like 600. So I'm going to quickly fix that up. Alright, each inserter is now wired to its own nuclear reactor, which is reading temperature. And when it's under 600, it should insert a single fuel in. Now that's all the bugs that I can think of on Nalvis, so it's time for us to head over to Fulgora. Alright, we are back on Fulgora, and look at all these quality modules. We've got so many normal quality modules, which is fantastic. But we've got all these green and blue ones, and you know what we're going to do with those? We're going to go and upscale our stuff. And also, let's see if we've got any good quality these things. No, we don't. If only we had some good quality electromagnetic plants. Now, the hope is if I put better quality modules in my recyclers, then the entire process will be faster. And we notice it's also jammed. I really need to go to do something about this crap that I don't want. Like, what am I going to do with high quality stone? I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm going to fix all this up. Let's start by putting in our quality modules. We've also got to check these ones. There's only 2. And 2 here. 4 is better than none. Yeah, cool. Everything here is at green and blue quality now. So we'll slowly keep upgrading them as we get better and better quality modules. Then I'm going to work on unjamming this thing. We need to put some sort of recycler in here to deal with this stone. While I'm sorting this out, it's probably also a good idea to send off our space platform back to Vulcanus to grab ourselves some foundries, because we want to use foundries to make the holmium plate instead of using an assembler because of the innate productivity boost. Now I've just created the craziest spaghetti here temporarily just to get rid of all this. I want to eventually fix this entire build because I've got a tiny little island here. I'm wasting a lot of space doing random stuff. Mostly because I didn't know what I was trying to do here. But now I have a sort of better idea. I kind of want to make a better build for all this at some point. But that some point is not right now. So I'm just going to squeeze stuff in messily however I can. But I'm choosing to delete my green rocket fuel, my green ice, and my green stone. Because I have no idea what I need this green stuff for. And also my green holmium. Like, what am I going to use this green holmium for? Maybe the green holmium shouldn't be deleted. It should just be turned into a holmium solution, which just goes back to normal quality and used to feed something, just like another chem lab that just does that. But anyway, we've got all this stuff going. We've got a bunch of holmium plate. Now the holmium plate is all currently being deleted. No, it's being upcycled, right? We don't want to keep upcycling all the excess holmium plate because we need it for importing. Wait, no, this is a holmium plate maker specifically for upcycling. This is my holmium maker for exporting. Cool. So we've got the holmium plate sorted, but we also need to sort superconductors. At the moment, this is just one that makes quality superconductors, but I want another one that makes regular superconductors. So I'm going to go set that up somewhere. It was a little bit of a pain. I had to clean up this area a little bit to get the belt weaving. Everything's like a really big mess in Fulgora. I like my build over here, but the extra crap that I've tacked on has just been super messy. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I've got the rocket now and the rocket parts are being fueled in. I'm going to put 2 rockets on this side because instead of building more superconductors over there, I've already got heaps of superconductors over here. There's an excess of superconductors over here, so why not just use those for shipment purposes? So that's what this second rocket silo is for. Now I'm going to go over to the other side and build another rocket silo as well. Now, in terms of replacing my holmium thing, I bought some foundries over. 2 will be enough. Let me see if I can fit one in here somehow. I've definitely kept everything here very tight. So I don't know how I'm going to fit a foundry in here. I'm going to give it a go. I'll be right back. It just barely fits in there, which is great. So hopefully I haven't broken anything. I'm going to try to fit one over the other side as well. And here's our second rocket silo on the other platform, where all our quality stuff is. So this one will be responsible for shipping holmium. I don't know why I would need 2 rockets here, but just in case we do, no harm in putting one in. Having some issues with my green plate. What do I do with my green plate? Turn it into pipes? Green pipes, I guess. Turn my green plates into green pipes. How about that? Alright, let me put my construction drones back. I think that's pretty much all I want to do here. I don't know if I want to even bother changing this thing to a foundry because it's not going to fit in here, and I'm going to have to like redesign all of this. Oh, can kind of get it to just barely fit, maybe. What's this production speed on this? 0.7 rocket fuel per second. That's way faster than these things can take, right? I gotta put prod modules in all of these as well. If I remove these 2, then yes, maybe foundry. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a later project. I don't think I need foundries in here particularly. I mean, the production of holmium here is not very important, I guess. Like this one being a foundry will probably be nice. I don't know, because this one's going to be the quality one, right? But I don't know particularly why I need super high quality holmium either. So yeah, I'm going to leave it for now. I think this is good enough for now. We've got our extra rockets. Let me just put prod modules, and then we're going to head off to Gleba. Alright, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to do here. Everything's working hard here. I'd love to see an epic quality module over here at some point, but we've got so many green quality modules now, which is fantastic. I might actually bring some with me to Gleba, just in case I want to quality anything. I can't imagine I want to quality anything on Gleba, do I? Not really. What I need is more prod 2 and prod 3 modules. The other thing I thought is we should probably put a prod 2, prod 3 module construction factory here, or bring some EM plants over to back home and do prod 2, prod 3 back home. Probably a good idea. Let me set that up. How do I set that up? Let me chuck these on auto first. Or maybe I can just shove these EM plants into the thing. So let's grab the good ones that we have. Oh, a blue one. And we'll just bring 20. I think 20 will be more than enough. This is going to take quite a few rocket launches to send, isn't it? Yeah, I can only send 5 at a time. And send out 5 green ones. That's why we got 4 rocket silos now, so we can do stuff like this pretty easily. We can, at some point, if we bring these EM plants with us, we can eventually replace the productivity module creators back at home with these ones. We probably want to do the productivity back at home because that's where the biter eggs are. We're not going to worry about the logistics of trying to transport biter eggs over here. That's insane. We'll send. Why is this in here? What the heck? Why does it keep shoving that in? Is there something wrong with my belt? I don't think so. 3, 4, 5. Let's deliver that. And then we should be sweet. We'll leave the rest here. Alright, let's go head over to Gleba now, and we'll sort out all of the issues in Gleba and try to create some more rocket platforms there somehow. Gleba might be a bit of a bigger rebuild because we actually have to produce more blue circuits and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to head back to Nalvis first, or maybe I just head straight to Gleba and start building and then just deliver the supplies from Nalvis. I started flying over to Gleba and started thinking about what we're actually going to do and how we're going to upgrade this. I thought we need to upgrade this stuff vertically, right? We need to get these things producing faster. I can do that with beacons, obviously, to get more blue circuits and stuff going, because this only produces 0.2. We need like probably a little bit more than that to get this going. Why does this consume so much? Isn't it meant to be 0.1 something? Oh, because they're prod 2 modules? Well, we're going to put prod 3 modules in there, so it'll consume less, but we're going to have 2 of these. So we want to produce blue circuits a little bit faster. And the best way to do this without completely gutting this entire infrastructure is just by upgrading all of these assemblers to higher quality assemblers. So I'm going to see what's the best quality assemblers I can make back on Fulgora. I'm going to bring some assemblers with us. And of course, if we want to do that, we want to also increase the speed at which we smelt the ore. Because our ore is indeed backed up all the time, so we do want to increase the speed at which the smelting occurs. So we might need some high quality smelters as well. So I'm going to bring as many high quality assemblers and high quality smelters as I can. We're going to need like how many? Just in this section alone? 14 and 30. So 15 and 30 is an easy number to remember. So let me see what I can make and I will be right back. The very first one this thing made me was a legendary. Stop. It's made me 15. We're gonna need 15, right? 15 blue ones. All right, let's stop making that. Let's make the blue ones now. Steel is gonna be an issue. So we got 13 blue ones and 2 purple ones. That's cool. We can probably make these 2 purple ones into purple level 3 ones. All right, let's try level 3 now. I don't think the ingredients for this are particularly complicated. So I'm just gonna manually hand feed these in. Wait, we want better ones than that. There's the Alt Shift to get the Alt Shift scroll up. Oh, gotta get used to that. But yeah, we can just make that, and we need blue speed modules. Oh god. But they're speed 1 modules, so blue ones should be pretty easy to make. Alright, so trying to make these normally is a little bit ambitious because you need these speed modules and you need quite a lot of them. 4 speed modules per assembler, and to get those you're going to need a lot of red and blue circuits, which don't really have many of in this system. Well, we did, but we're using them all to make these modules, so obviously we don't have any spare ones. With that being said, what we can do is create a specific, like we need these assemblers, let's be real. We're not going to be able to upscale Gleba properly without these higher speed assemblers, right? Maybe green will be enough. I mean, 30% more production sounds pretty good, but I think I really want to get purple and blue ones, right? So I think it's worth going back to Nalvis and setting up a factory to make like high quality smelters and high quality assemblers. Now, before I do that, what is the recipe for an electric smelter? And is that easier to do by making normal assemblers and rolling for them, or whether it's easier to use high quality stuff? So stone brick. Is stone brick one of my resources? It is. Do I have a ton of stone brick? How many stone brick do you need per furnace? I need 30 furnaces, right? So blue ones, again, is a little bit out of the question, because that's like 3 furnaces worth of stone brick. What else do I need? I can make 3, and it needs red circuits again. So again, that's out of the question to make. So both of these I need to roll for by just burning regular material to make these, and then just waiting until I get 30 blue electric furnaces or 30 15 blue assemblers. I don't think it's going to take too long. I might eat those words very soon, but let me go set up something on, and oh, well, why don't we just travel back to Nalvis, and then we'll go set something up on Nalvis and we'll sort it out from there. I'm going to put all my materials back, and then the drones can go take it to the appropriate locations. Just want to make sure this is all working properly again. I think I've hooked everything up because I did try to break my inserters to get stuff working. We'll set all of these to automatic, and then we'll consider this done. Oh, that's why I need 2 here, because this also needs to supply the blue and the things for SS Chili Ball. Fantastic. Now these should go on automatic as well. I don't know why plate keeps getting in here. Is there something that's touching the plate somewhere? One of these 3 must be like insert. Ah, this thing's inserting plate into the thing. Let's rotate it. This thing, how it outputs an output thing, is like inside the rocket. That would have caused annoying issues. All right, great. That's all fixed. Everything on Fulgora should be fixed. I'm going to head back to Nalvis and set up my quality areas, basically, for these new materials. All right, be right back. Now, I kind of want to dedicate a brand new area to doing this, so I don't even know why I have these here still. Let me turn on my logistics and let's get working. Now, of course, we just simply have the option of slapping quality modules over here somewhere. Oh, I need my quality modules. I need better quality modules. Let me send this back to Fulgora and pick up the best quality modules that I can, because I didn't bring any with me. Did I? Yeah, so I was like, why do I need quality modules on Gleba? But I need quality modules for this project, but that's fine, I got time. So let's go back to Fulgora. You can stop requesting engine parts. I do want to request quality modules of at least green. We know we got 50 green, definitely, and some blue ones too. What is happening? Something's getting wrecked. Hold on. Ugh, these things are back at it again. Let me go quickly sort these guys out first. Let me just set up my request. This thing's not pressing. Quality module 3 conflicts with filter in 1. I can't request the 2 different types. Alright, I'm gonna have to do that request when I get there. For now, I'm gonna go sort out these stupid biters. Where's my Spidertron? Oh, it is here. It scared me. Go over here, kill this stupid nest. We really have to make this wall I've been talking about this whole time. Alright, come back here. Oh, there's something going on up there. Why? Alright, I'm gonna have to go sort this out manually. Spidertron, come over. I mean, I don't have to, I can just do it on the map. Why have they suddenly decided to start attacking this train line? I don't understand. Well, actually, I will need to go repair the train line, so I might as well just jump on my Spidertron. Now, I'm just gonna go manually sort out the north biters, because they are quite strong at the moment. Gotta wait for my Spidertron to be fully repaired. Alright, off we go. I don't know why they've suddenly decided to attack the train line, because normally they don't care about train lines. Weird. This is like one biter here, just like killing all my stuff. It should be clear. I just want to make sure the sulfuric acid line is all good. There's my sulfuric acid line goes right through this biter nest, and they don't seem to really care about it. They don't destroy it. But I've angered all the biters from like 3 different nests now. From the looks of it, the line looks good now, I think. Sulfuric acid is going all the way out. Let me just double check, make sure everything's working properly. Is my train gone? I don't see a train on this line anymore. It's like they killed the train on this line. Amazing. Oh my god. How annoying. Let me just make sure the sulfuric acid is all good. Then I can put a new train to grab uranium. So uranium supply is still going strong. Still got 1.6 mil. We're still okay. Why is this thing open? Hello? That's dangerous. Just casually shave down some biter nests on the walk home. Also, why are none of these pumps doing anything? Some biters have killed these 2 things and cut off my oil. Fantastic. Alright, great. I think all of that is done. I just got to rebuild this train now. Now, how did this train function? Obviously, the head was here, and it had just the 1 wagon. And it was at uranium unload, add to uranium load. Okay, there's something wrong with my train line. Cargo full. Sorry. Uranium unload should be empty cargo. Uranium load should be full cargo. Now, where in the world is the train line broken? I'm gonna have to like trace the entire train line. It says no path. Fair enough. Definitely have rails, so I'm good there. Ah, here. Do we have a path now? It's fading. Nope, still no path. Let's keep going. Rail issues here. Oh man, there's so many destroyed rails. Well, I guess this is going to be another thing on the to-do list, right? We're going to have to go and fix this at some point. Like make a more direct route or something. Did it go? Oh, how fast is this train? Jeez, it's already here. All right, cool. Uranium is going again. So let's carry on with our original task at hand. I just want to check the defense on this wall seems to be okay, right? It's not a spitter that's constantly spitting at the wall and doing stuff, right? Alright, cool. Now, before we were so rudely interrupted, we were trying to construct a new area to deal with making some quality buildings and stuff, perhaps? Do I have not enough drones on me? Where's my 50? I have 50 construction drones. Why are they so slowly picking stuff up? What is going on? Get out of my Spidertron. Something's wrong with my drones. There you go. Alright, we're gonna create a new area here. So, city block and some pathing. We'll let whoever wants to come and construct this while we figure out the belting for this. So over here we've got our basic materials. I think everything here is what we need for our thing. So maybe I'll belt it out this way. I don't see a clean area to belt this stuff. Is all this stuff useful? How much things it's actually gotten a lot of new stuff. It's kind of handy. So won't disturb what's happening over here. I just want to peel off the belts necessary. So I'm going to borrow some space over here, I guess, and then just jump them in. It's not going to be pretty. Really, we want to move this past the main bus, I guess. But I don't really have anywhere to build right now, so I'm just going to build here. So what we're going to try to do is build a recycling assembling area that is going to target assemble these machines. So the total materials we're going to need is iron and copper plates, steel and plastic, well, red circuits. So red circuits for speed modules, and assembling machine 2s, we just need green circuits. So red and green circuits, gears, which we're going to make from plates, gears, steel. So iron plate can make gears, steel, and then red and blue circuits. That's it. All right, done. Easy. In fact, I have a red and blue circuit line red and green circuit, sorry. I have a red and green circuit line right here, which I can steal. I don't really have many red circuits, that's the other problem. How's that plastic production going? Still having crude oil problems. Let's see if all of my pump jacks are actually working. These ones are working their hardest. Can always put some speed modules in there to get more oil, because that's at 4 per second. It's already at its minimum values. Yeah, these are all working their hardest. I just don't have enough oil in the system to keep these things going any faster, so therefore this is as much plastic as we're going to be producing, which is fine. We can resolve that later. It's not a big issue. In fact, I'm going to temporarily halt production on our tier 3 modules so that these things can stop eating all our red circuits, and we can direct our attention temporarily to making these assemblers so that we can progress with our game. Where's the best place to split this red-blue line? Nowhere good to do it. If I move this back 1 tile, then I can put a splitter in here, and then somehow this splitter can bring this red-green belt out for me. Because I imagine I want to keep this going for quite some time, because when we go and upgrade the rest of our base, we're going to need a lot of these this stuff, right? We're going to need assemblers and all this stuff at higher quality to more efficiently and compact our entire base, right? So that's fine. Let's get that going. Now we need our iron and our steel plate. So just come out here, iron, and where's my steel? Steel's here. Okay, so nothing here is usable. This is all terribly set up, but that's fine. We will just do it over here somewhere, I guess. Just keep adding more mess onto our existing mess. That's usually a very programmer mentality. Why do I have 3 spaces here? Because I don't have my 4th belt of iron yet. I think these are all the materials that I need for the assemblers. So let me start setting that up, because it's going to take quite some time for it to actually start producing anything useful. Why can't I get this? Where are all my quality modules? There's 50 right there. All right, request from Fulgora. That's what's missing. Now, how many blue ones do I have is the other question. We don't need 50, but see how many blue ones we have? Or do we have any purple ones? 1. That's not going to be very useful. We have 7. 7 could be useful. So let's request 7 and change the minimum payload to 7. Wow, I'm looking at the wrong planet. Available on planet 3. I think I want 3 then. 10 and 3. Okay, yeah, 10. On its way, 10. And we've got 50 green ones as well for whatever reason we might need the green ones for. And then we're going to send this back and we're going to start our build. Alright, so we're going to have to start with our regular assembler. We don't want... Like, there's no point qualitying this, is there? Does qualitying this help me in any way, shape, or form? Not really. I guess it'll help me... Like, is there any harm in doing it, is the question. Not really, right? So if we just put quality in this as well, then we can set it up such that... I mean, it complicates the build, that's all, right? So what we can do is we can shove this that way, and then some of them can build quality, go up to the blue one, and then the ones that aren't required can be filtered over here to just store, and then I can like manually build some maybe sometime. I don't know guys, I don't know, but we'll just put the crappy quality modules in here because we're not trying to like make a bunch of, you know, assembler ones in high quality, right? We'll see if this is a good idea or a bad idea. I don't know. I'm learning as I go. Okay. Oops. It's meant to be legendary. Okay, that's the 4 that we want to filter out. We want to put those into a box. I'm going to need some power on this whole getup. Okay, so the high quality ones are being filtered out now. Then we got to do the same thing here. And then the non-high quality ones will continue on to make assembler 3s. But we also need to make the speed modules, which need to go through the same thing because sometimes they're going to make high quality speed modules. See, the thing is this worth it? Or should I just not do this and do this process but fast? That's the thing, is the other question. Oh man, there's so many questions. You need gears, so I need a gear factory too. Alright, let me play around with this and set this up. Because if I put quality modules in here, no, but then this one needs quality modules, so it's always, sorry, this one needs quality modules, so then it's always going to be locked to the speed that this thing can produce at, which I can't speed up, right? Okay, that makes sense. Because this thing is the slowest. It takes 5 per second. It can make 2.5 per second, but once I shove quality modules in there, it's going to be super slow. Let me get the quality modules, and then we will Well, let me ship this down to the planet and grab them, and then we'll see. Why does Nalvis not want to take my stuff? I really need cargo landing pads here, don't I? No, I got plenty of stuff. Why? You're in front of Nalvis, why can't you drop stuff? God, I hate these like random bugs. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna like not drop cargo. There's a cargo landing pad. I think it's because the white science keeps dropping, so it needs to like wait for a window. Someone please fix this for me. I don't know, I haven't looked around and I can't find it. How do you get this to not to drop science in like one freaking thing at a time? How do I get this to like wait till there's a bunch of science and then drop it all at once? Super annoying. Gotta be like some like min thing here, like, but there's no like min load here that I can take, so I don't know. But anyway, enough diversions. Let's continue on with our build. So what I meant before was we are limited by this thing's speed, because this is what ultimately we're trying to make, right? This little thing is going to make us our blue quality assembling machine 3s. And now with all the quality modules in there, it makes 2 per second. That's still really fast, by the way. And it needs 4 per second of this. This one currently crafts at 2.5 per second. So we actually need more of these. And if we put the quality modules into here, then, oh man, I don't want to put these ones. This is going to be for the smelter. If I put some quality modules into here, then this drops to 2. So I need 2 of these for 1 of these. Okay, that's fine. We can just move that. Then what else do we need? We need 8 speed module 1s. So if we, how fast does speed modules create at? Because I want this to happen quite quickly, right? Since we need these things to progress. There's no point in slowing this down. I mean, I guess we're going to be limited by the speed of our red circuits, right? But that's fine. So speed module 1s. Now I'm just thinking there's no point in getting high quality of these if we can't get high quality of these. And these produce at 0.83. And you need 8 per second. Yeah, I don't think this is happening the way that I want it to. So I think we're going to do away with the quality on this stuff. Then we're just going to keep it simple, because we're going to be limited by this. This is not going to be, we're not going to be able to produce 8 per second that we need to continuously make assembling machines. So we're just going to have to go by whatever speed this thing can function at. And for that to happen, I'm going to need to speed this thing up a little bit. Let me go grab some speed modules. You really need 8 per second, and this thing's still making 0.25 per second, even under the effects of all of these beacons. Or is it because it's not powered? 0.3 per second. Man. Look, let's just do it with this first and see if this damn thing can even keep up, because the red circuits are going to be a problem. If red circuits becomes not a problem at some point, then we can try to speed this build up. Let's just hook the things in and give it a go. Because also we need to make gears, because gears are a thing. This little splitter trick that I learned from Nilaus. You can extend it by, a belt by 1 by just putting a splitter in there to grab off. It's alright, this is a temporary build for me to test with anyway. So this is making assembling machine 1s. So it's going into here. Now I need that steel. Now we're making assembling machine 3s. And most of them are going to be crap, right? So they're going to go through here. Then we want to take the crap ones out. The crap ones are anything of... Do we just want rare ones? Let's recycle just the regular ones first. I don't want to delete all my assembling machines. If we end up with a bunch of green ones and barely any blue ones after like 30 minutes, then screw trying to get 15 blue ones for now. We can just start with the green ones and then we can slowly just accumulate blue ones over time. But yeah, these things are going to craft extremely slowly. Our gears are slow as hell as well. Go make your gears faster. Even faster. I want my gears to be backed up. But we're limited by this thing's production, obviously. And yeah, this is going to be a very slow process. Oh man. We can recycle this, and then does this give me my speed modules back? And we can put the speed modules back in here and destroy everything else. So I need some recyclers. Like, as I'm doing this, it just doesn't feel like the correct or clean way to be doing this. But it is what it is for now. I'm learning from this. We just move this somewhere out of the way. And I like that flashing symbol. But essentially, what we want to do is shove this into a recycler. And what do we get out? We just want the regular ones in a recycler. And out comes speed modules. And these, which we can feed back into itself to try to create more. Reroll, right? Oh, that's annoying. Try again. Make better ones this time. So there's no point recycling the green ones, because then we're going to get out, what, green speed modules and green other things. And there's no point putting a quality module in here either, because that way we just get green stuff out. Does that help me getting green stuff out? I don't think so. Okay, the speed thing is definitely keeping up. So we can probably, if we want this to go faster, we can make this process faster. But I think this is okay. We've got 7 green ones out of this whole process, no blue ones yet. So let's just let this run for a while, because at the moment I need to make a process for smelter, and I'm sure smelter is much easier to do than this. First of all, what does an electric smelter require? Steel, red circuits, and stone brick. So I just need to peel stone brick off, and everything else I have here. Stone brick is here. This is a good place to peel it. Probably just exactly where it is, right? And it's on the right side of the belt, so that's fine. Bring it there, and we want to go that way. I say electric furnaces are useful to have at a higher rarity, but at the same time, I don't actually know if they're going to be useful, because are we just going to replace all our smelting processes with foundries at some point? Who knows? Many questions. Alright, I need a splitter for the red. Let me just put one of these things down. Can't have it in range of the speed modules. Needs a lot of everything. Okay, fine. The lazy person would filter this again, right? So you just get the red out. Doesn't matter if it's left or right. Just get me red circuits. Dirtiest build I've ever done. I keep saying everything is the dirtiest build I've ever done, but at some point you guys are going to stop believing me and just realize I'm a very lazy person. But when I'm like testing stuff in the game, like this isn't a build. This is just get it to work sort of deal, right? I'm not actually making a build at the moment. Can I route the steel through here somehow? Looks janky as hell. Just come with the plates, it's fine. We'll get steel and plates. We'll just move this up a bit and just grab everything. Stop making stuff. What am I doing? Alright, stop making stuff, because I don't have the quality modules in here yet. Now you can make stuff. Now, same dealios as this. We put everything in a box and get the lowest quality one out. This one's a lot easier to handle because there's only one thing with it, right? And then we smelt. We recycle. And then the result of the recycle gets reprocessed back up in here and try again. This is such a stupid process of the recycling thing. Oh, God. But yeah, I mean, we've already got 3 green ones. So green ones are like not a problem at all. I haven't got a single blue one. So the green ones are like a 30% increase on the original, but we need blue ones and purple ones. And what is our percentage chance of getting high quality? 16%. So yeah, definitely green ones we're going to get tons of, which is cool. But to get the other ones, not so much. It's going to take a while. All right, cool. I'm going to let these things run for a while I go to Gleba and start setting stuff up, because it's going to take me a while to figure out what I actually need to do on Gleba. I'm going to bring a bunch of prod modules. Oh, before I go to Gleba, there's actually one more thing we need to do. Gleba's belts, if you haven't noticed, are extremely full. What I mean by that is, when we look at these belts, they can't carry any more stuff horizontally. We're already at maxing out the belt, right? What we can do is change a lot of these to stack inserters and get things working in stacks, because things like this thing needs to put things on the belt in stacks. And by using stacks, we should be able to 5x the throughput of our existing belts rather than upgrade all these belts to green. So let me give that a go. So I need to make and bring stack inserters. Let me quickly set up a new factory to do that. What does a stack inserter require? And is there any possibility of shoving it over here somehow? It's the white inserter. I've like never used this all game yet. I haven't really felt the need to. So it takes the green stuff. Okay. How fast does this make it? 0.5 second crafting time. A red insertion thing is not fast enough to do this, but that's fine. And then it takes a bunch of, wait a minute, jelly, blue circuits. This thing can only be made on, oh, what the frick. This is another export of that planet, because this stuff can only be made on, oh man, and processing units. Is that one processing unit? Thank God. Okay, I'm going to make this on the other planet. Jelly. Oh man, that's super annoying. Because I have to do this somewhere on jelly. Okay, that's fine. But we need these. So we need to go to Gleba and make these now. I ain't importing jelly over here, right? That's stupid. All right, cool. We got a plan. Let's execute on that plan. If I go back and check on our little quality farm for this, do we finally get one? We got one assembling machine and we got one blue smelter. We need 30. So it's going to take a while, but we're not running out of materials or anything. We're just limited by the speed at which this thing can do things. All right. The other thing is red circuits are becoming a little bit of an issue. Before I leave, should we beacon up some of our stuff up to make more plastic to get that juicy full belt of plastic? Actually, our plastic is okay at the moment by the looks of it. What we really need to get the red circuits going is a second plastic belt, because at the moment, yeah, the length of this chews up an entire plastic belt. In fact, even the full plastic belt over here, by the end over here, is not actually doing anything anymore. They have blue circuit efficiency. I wish they had red circuit efficiency. That would be good. But we're making so many red circuits, to be fair, yet it's still not enough. How am I recycling plastic? Do I not need it for LDS? Is like my LDS just completely full? It's crazy. Like, so many things have changed in terms of like the efficiency of everything in my base, in terms of what things I actually need. So yeah, all the productivity stuff that I've researched, it's just crazy. So what is going on with my science, and why have you just stopped researching for ages before I leave this place for good? No agri-science. Chili Boy is on its way to there, and it's done it again. It's come back to Dingo, and it's not dropped off anything. Like, it's picked up this agri-science ages ago. How do I make it so that it definitely drops off the stuff? So dumb. So basically, it's just doing laps around and not actually doing anything. Is there a condition that's like, make sure these items are 0? Yeah, of course there is. Cargo. Instead of waiting a specific time, we go cargo, item count, definitely drop off all your bloody sciences. Is it as simple as this? Drop off all your blue sciences and drop off all your EM sciences. There's the only thing they're picking up is these 3. I don't think I need to worry about it when it's at like Aquilo, right? Because it's definitely going to drop off the LDS and the blue circuits and the holmium plate. But just when I'm at the other planets, it's become a bit of an issue. I think because of this stupid space platform 1, it's just taking forever to unload. How do I make you stop dropping stuff? Is there like a circuit condition that we can be like, stop fulfilling requests in small batches? I mean, we can always buffer it somewhere on the platform itself, but how do I tell it to like drop all of it in one go? Yeah, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. Sorry, guys. Anyway, we're all good here. We're just waiting for this stuff to create itself. And wait, what? We got 2 and 1. I think going for blue is a little bit ambitious, but I think we need the blue, especially on the blue circuits. So we'll let this create itself for a while, and we'll sort out Gleba, and by the time we sorted out Gleba, all the other stuff, we'll see where we're at. But now we need to get SS Power to request ourselves some speed modules, maybe like 100, and some productivity modules, maybe like 100 as well. And then we need to send ourselves on and head over to Gleba, and we will start building the stack inserters. Been many hours, so I thought I'd check if my Aquilo was still producing science, and they indeed are. I think to help Aquilo out, we need to bring like 20 roboports and just like put them along here so they can just like grab the science and then charge up, because at the moment they like charge 500% slower, right? And then they're trying to go to these faraway roboports to recharge themselves, and it's taking forever to load the science on. I mean, yes, I can just direct feed the science into the rocket, but the problem with doing that is when I have more than one product, you're gonna need logistics to do it, right? You can't just feed everything into the rocket. I wonder if there's some circuit logic you can apply to do direct feeding without robots, like by checking something on the circuit. Read contents, read orbital requests. Yeah, you can probably read orbital requests and do something with that. I don't know. But anyway, we're on our way to Gleba now. We've got our modules, so we can definitely get started on Gleba while we wait for our Nalvis to produce the high quality smelters and high quality assemblers that we're going to need. We're up to 3 blue assemblers and we're up to 2 blue smelters. Well, we're definitely going to use the green ones, so we'll just take whatever we can get. We arrived at Gleba. Let's drop down. Now I'm trying to find a spot to do the white assembler. It requires jelly, and the problem with jelly is, well, I don't want it to deliver by bot, because if we deliver jelly by bot, we're going to have a lot of issues, right? We're going to have spoilage and things like that. So maybe we can do it here. Now we get the jelly. That means I need to handle spoilage out of this thing as well. Oh my god. Okay, spoilage can go here. Anything that can spoil will spoil. So gotta adhere by that theory. So spoilage comes out because the jelly can spoil in here and is about to spoil in here. Maybe we should stop doing this until we're ready. Then the next thing that we need to do is put a requester chest to get the rest of the stuff, because we definitely don't have enough. Are we buffering the blue? Did we buffer everything except for the blue? It's so dumb. Who set this crazy nonsense up? Wow, I don't have enough space here. Oh man. Buffer my blue and maybe buffer it by a lot. There you go. How's my blue production? 0.2, not great. Yeah, so this is what we're trying to improve here. And then once we improve it enough, we can add a second rocket silo. We're going to have to redo this whole area anyway, because at the moment, this area isn't enough to make 2 rocket silos. So we might have to build it maybe here. This looks like a nice spacious area. Don't need to jam ourselves into this little hole over here. Pretty dumb. Back to the task at hand. Now we have some blue. We just need some requester chests and such to get the white inserter ready. So we're doing it up here because that's the only place I can fit it where I can grab its own jelly. Now I don't want to request jelly. Get the rest from buffer chests. Now is carbon fiber on, or did I just permanently turn it off? No, I am making carbon fiber. Why am I making carbon fiber, you ask? I have no idea. Oh right, it's needed for the rockets, that's right. Now this can go out into a box, and if I had quality modules, I'd probably just slap some on, because then we can make these inserters work even faster. I already got 3. Amazing. Let's just take these 3, 4 with me. Get more jelly going in now. Fantastic. This actually makes heaps fast and doesn't use up too many blue circuits. But we want this to be like logistically available, because this is the only place in the world that makes it. And we might need to ship some of these. So we might make like, it's an inserter, right? We might need like a lot of these one day. I don't think we need that many. Let's just make that many. Fantastic. That's white inserters done. A new weapon in our arsenal, and we're definitely going to need it because we're going to have to enhance all of this stuff. So at the moment, this is prod 3. These are speed 2. So if I make these go faster, let's see what actually happens, right? So there's so much Yamako mash here. It can't, right? So now the magic happens when I grab this new inserter and go plop and plop. Wait, why doesn't it go on the belt? Am I wrong in assuming it puts it onto the belt in a stack? Does the blue belt not allow for stacks of things? Yes, I think. There's so much that even stacked up, it's too much. Yes, it is definitely stacked up. Look at this. These are stacks of Yamako mash now. Oh my god. That's crazy. Alright. So, next question is, now that I'm producing so much of this... Wait, also, how's my power once I up everything to 3? Alright, I got plenty of power to use. Like, fantastic. We're producing massive stacks of Yamako mash, and we're never going to run out, except we're going to get 20 billion times more spoilage. Let's see what the next step to upgrade is. So the Yamako mash is going into here, and then this thing is producing too much flux for this belt to handle, which is fine. What we want to do is essentially produce more iron. Okay, actually we don't need to produce more. What do we need more of? I'm so confused. Everything here is capped out on speed. The jelly needs to be faster? Does the jelly need to be faster? I don't feel like the jelly needs to be faster. But the jelly is, again, all capped out. So I can put more jelly onto the belt. Do I want to put more jelly onto the belt? Now I have tons and tons and tons of jelly, which of course is fantastic. I'm so confused what I need to upgrade. Now, productivity wise, we put these onto productivity 3. Let's just make everything productivity 3 for now. That can't hurt, right? Like all this should be productivity 3. A rocket silo should be oh, stop that. Our rocket silo should be prod 3 as well. And all of this stuff should be prod 3. That way we use up a lot less stuff. Dude, our rockets are even backing up crazy, so we're not getting attacked as often anymore. Cool, so now we've got 20 times more things that are going to spoil. So we should probably upgrade all our spoilage stuff with these things so they can stack insert. And we can load it by stack into here. Oh man, this is crazy. Because all of this stuff, yeah, sure, it's in stacks now, but that's not, is that a good thing? Because it's all going to spoil in stacks. And our old spoilage things aren't going to be able to handle it. Oh man, what have I done to myself? I have to change all of the belt handling spoilage stuff to blue, to white, to keep up with this crazy nonsense. Yeah, this basically 5x's a belt, essentially. It's very hard to tell what I need based on what I'm looking at here. Because, like, okay, let's make more iron. Like, ultimately, we want to make more copper and more iron, right? So, we need more this. This is already on speed 3. We're already making maximum of this. Unless we get a faster biolab. But then this is also... Okay, so this is also needing to be a stack, right? And then when it gets to here and it goes into this box, it also needs to be stacked into this box. But this box is constantly full. And this box is not coming out fast enough. So if I bring stacks of iron out of this box, it will unload the iron much faster. Fantastic. Copper is maybe suffering the same problem. Now I have stacks of iron on here. Jeez, this is insanity. Now these smelters can work at maximum and we can have a bunch of extra iron. Now all of that is to say I want these things to produce more and faster. There's no speed modules being done in any of this process. So do we have enough blue circuits now to do this, is the question. So we can probably upgrade the speed on these now to get more pentapod eggs and more green science coming out a bit faster. Because our green science production wasn't that fast, let's be real. We've got too much green science now, but it wasn't that fast before. Now with that, we should just be able to make more rockets. Oh, I'm silly. I don't have enough... I don't have the materials to build rocket silos on this planet. 200 engines. I can build one more silo. Concrete, not 1,000. Steel. Steel we should be able to box, right? Okay, we don't need to ship the steel. So if we box some steel from the end of the belt... Where is the end of the belt? Oh, we just borrow some steel from here. We just need 1,000. Don't need to go too crazy. How about our pipes? We can make pipes here. We got 84. It's easier just to ship some pipes over. We got heaps of pipes. So then we got the blue circuits, which is buffering at the moment. But let's just reserve some so it doesn't take it all away. Now, if I could shove a beacon here somewhere, it would be a lot better. Jeez, look at the spoilage now. It's coming out in like stacks and stacks now. Was this a good idea or a bad idea? Now I'm getting like way too much spoilage. This thing's not going to be able to handle the spoilage. Oh, this thing was meant to only put spoilage in here. Instead, it's put a bunch of jelly nut seeds in. I feel like I've completely screwed up my Gleba with this thing. It's just now producing way too much stuff. It's eating all the Yamako, which is fine. I guess it'll slow down the production because the Yamako is going to run out now, right? The Yamako is not going to be able to keep up with this process. Just basically everything is now spoiling. We're not actually using any of it to do stuff with. This is clogging in here, which is fine. I feel like all we've done is produce more spoilage. I don't like this. This is like too much. Too much. But that's the option. If we're running out of stuff, like maybe we can put one as a stack and not the other. I don't know. Why is this all clogged? It's all clogged. We got too much spoilage. What is happening? Why can't you put this stuff in? I'm so confused. It gets stuck when there's a seed in. When there's one seed, it can't put it in. What? Why is that a problem? Waiting for more items. If I override the stack size of 1, that doesn't do anything. These things feel like more of a hassle than anything else. Yeah, all I've done is create more spoilage by doing everything stacked. Seems very silly to me. I think we need to do a special build to utilize all the stuff when it's stacked, because stacking creates like essentially 5 times more product, and that's like way too much product. Our systems here can't handle 5 times more Yamako and 5 times more mash on the belt. Like nothing here consumes that. Yeah. Alright, spoilage is getting declogged from the system. Yeah, the stack insert is too overkill. Way too overkill. I mean, I could override the stack size, right? So instead of doing stacks of whatever, I can just override the stack size to be a smaller stack. Maybe that'll help. But that's going to require so much tuning. Alright, what's broken here? Nothing. Okay, let's try to make our rocket silos. And yeah, we're going to have to ship the concrete. I don't know if I want 1 or 2 more rockets. Let's just ship 2,000 concrete. And we'll go from there. We'll have the option of having 3 rockets. Whether they can get supplied by this puny little blue circuit build or not, I don't know. I might have to, like, if I can't get my 60% increased production on this, then I might have to do something else, because this is only making 0.19 right now. And this thing takes 0.34? What? Why is the numbers all weird and wonky now? I swear these used to take 0.16 rockets. I don't know why they take so much more now. Interesting. Alright, so I think to properly future-proof this, and I don't think I have the supply for it right now, but I've changed this section of the build to use beacons and do this, because now we have the capability to produce blue circuit at 1 and the capability to produce LDS at 0.7. We might need to upgrade the speed at which we smelt to supply all that, but yeah, we can give that a go. And I definitely don't think like we can supply the copper. 3411. Yeah, we'll have to expand like the capability of a lot of stuff to supply this thing at the rate that I'm trying to get it to craft. But definitely this is what we want to get to. We're going to need to upgrade our smelting facilities to be able to do that. Maybe we need to upgrade to foundries. I don't know. Instead of smelters, maybe foundries are like more productive. And we'll probably do that comparison, foundries versus smelters here, to see what we need. But then again, to do foundries, we need calcite. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Let me try some stuff and we'll see where we get to. Alright, so I've hooked everything up and we're using this. So we should, in theory, be able to produce this if we can supply enough materials, 1 per second and 0.7 per second of the LDS. I've added some speed beacons to this thing to make it produce a little bit faster. So now we just got to tune the inputs to keep up with these new productions. And I've got them coming out here into a mixed belt here, and then the rocket fuel's coming out by itself over here. It's all a total mess, but at least I've got it all coming out sort of like on this side, right? Now we just need to put together the rocket silos and monitor the system and see if it all works. Alright, built 3 rocket silos on this side, so that should be more than enough to transport all the stuff from Gleba. For quantum processors, we only need one thing, I believe, which is carbon fiber. Okay, so we should be okay. Now, these 3, the reason why it was going way higher than I thought it would is because of the speed beacons. I had 2 speed beacons there before. These actually even 3 of them only consume 0.3. So we actually got more than enough to supply. So I put 2 speed beacons in now. So that over consumes at 1.1. But that's fine. It'll just do it whenever it can. Oh god, I just screwed this up. They would try to put science in there to transport. But that's fine. Why are you transporting? Alright, Chili Boy is here to get 2,000 science. Fine. Power I had sent back with a bunch of science as well. Now, they delivered all of the smelters and all of our assemblers. So let's grab them. I've got a stack of 50 and a stack of 24 green ones. We'll use them at the end. But what we want to do is put down these smelters, because monitoring the input volumes of all of this stuff, now we can definitely see that we're struggling a little bit on the speed of the smelting. We've got the copper on the belt, but the smelting is too slow. It's not keeping up with these. Like this, well, we got too much copper at the moment. But when all of this is consumed fully, it's actually not fast enough. So we need to probably enhance our smelting a little bit to get a bit more copper. Because once everything starts going, like we have a buffer at the moment, so everything is fine. But once that buffer disappears, we're gonna have issues. Also, why is my steel stopped? All right, because I was buffering steel, you silly. Stop buffering the steel. Let's start creating LDS again. So I think copper is the main one because my iron looks kind of okay-ish. So I'm gonna use all my best smelters on the copper. 2 purple ones right here. Go faster. How much faster is it, you ask? 3.82. Almost double the speed. Man, that's crazy. Alright, and we've got 12 blue ones. So we're going to use all of the blue ones on this. So it can just definitely consume all of this. Or maybe we should save a couple of blue ones for... Yeah, we got heaps of blue ones. No, we only got 2 more. Questions. How many? Like, maybe we'll do green ones here. And then we'll just shove a couple of blue ones on the plate as well. Just so that we never have a shortage. Now, in terms of the plate on the belt, it's kind of fine. I really don't like... Oh, wait. Why do I have no nutrients? My spoilage belt is having issues. I really got to fix my spoilage belt at the moment. Because it's really struggling at the moment. Going out this way, this way, this way, and then this way, down here, and out that way. So it should come out. Why is it stuck? The nutrients here is stuck. Hold on, let me just flush this belt to see what the heck's going on. Alright, cool. So that looks okay. Let me just put on the rest of my smelters. Yeah, alright, we're just going to do green furnaces for the rest of the stack. And hopefully that can smelt us enough. We're definitely outputting a lot more plates and raw materials. And these look like they're going continuously, so I'm pretty happy with everything. They should be able to supply 3 rockets. We've kept all our other stuff exactly where it used to be. I hope it's actually working. Let's unlock the carbon fiber and allow it to max out the carbon fiber on here, because we are going to start needing that carbon fiber. Then we are all good, I think. Everything's on automatic requests. We just have to sort of monitor this system for a little while and see where the pain points are. So I used to have 4 things here dropping things onto the belt, and we probably need that now. Same here. I don't want to use the stack inserters. I've been playing around with the stack inserters and it's just creating all sorts of issues basically. We're out of flux. Why are we out of flux? Flux is out of jelly. Jelly is struggling. Alright, you know what? What we can do is a little combination. We do 1 stack inserter on this side where the pain points are. Then, like, what I don't want to rely purely on stack inserters, because the way stack inserters work, and it's really bad for Gleba, is that they need to pick up the stack size. So we can override it to be like 8, to be smaller stacks, but if it can't pick up 8 for whatever reason, it just jams itself, which sucks. Totally sucks. Otherwise, they would be pretty awesome to use. Now everything is going. We have no spoilage on our belts. Let's have a look at why we're out of flux. We don't have enough Yamako to supply the flux or jelly. 8 is not enough. 16 maybe. You are creating jelly as fast as you can, but maybe it needs to be faster now. Speed modules 3 it is. Now we're creating tons and tons of jelly. Now what's your problem? Now you're out of Yamako, and you can still create more flux now. Well, we've got enough flux. I don't think we need to make this process any faster, do we? Alright, iron is now creating at maximum speed, which is fantastic. All our things are unjammed to the point where our smelters are too fast for the belt itself. There's not enough iron creation. I mean, ideally we can enhance this with epic biolabs. What do you, like, I can't make epic biolabs because you can't make epic pentapod eggs. Is that right? Iron plate, electronic circuit, nutrients. You can't make epic nutrients either, can you? What? Yeah, it's gonna be very hard to make, like, force out an epic biochamber. You're just gonna have to, like, create it using quality modules. And a biochamber, yeah, it's gonna be hard to make high quality biochambers. Maybe we should set that up as a process. Oh man, that's gonna be difficult to set up. I'm gonna have to do it here where the gun turrets are, and I don't really want to do it where the gun turrets are. With a recycler, with everything. Interesting. Why does this keep grabbing jelly nut though? Because I don't want you to grab jelly nut. Are you not disabled by control behavior? If I put this down to like 600, will you stop grabbing and burning jelly nut and just burn more jelly? It always uses 2 slots. Okay, interesting. But everything's keeping up. I just don't want to be overproducing things and clogging everything up such that the belt is overflowing with spoilage. It's very annoying to tune these inserters. 8 is too little, 16 is too much, so let's try stacks of 10. I feel like this is like way too much, right? Everything is backed up fully. This is going at max. Like, what's your problem at the moment? You don't have an issue. 2 inserters is perfectly fine for offloading all of the copper bacteria. So stack inserters are not necessary in this process. Copper is backing up. I can't really tell if iron is backing up because it's working as a stack inserter, and it's really, really hard to tell whether it's being fed. But I can sort of visually see all the smelters are going. The blue things can pick up in stacks? What the frick is going on? Alright, cool. I don't see anything jamming up at all. We've got crazy amounts of science production now. So when Chili Boy finishes picking up your 2000 cryoscience, and also, is cryoscience struggling? No, just the bots are struggling to load it. Super annoying. This thing's okay. Alright, I think everything's okay. We need to monitor the system. We're not going to be able to tell if anything's right or wrong at the moment, because it's just going to... Like, we can't really tell. We need to let this thing run for a while to see what actually works or not. So we'll definitely monitor this over the next couple of episodes. In the meantime, I think we've got everything ready for export, right? We just need to set up some sort of ship that can transport this. And whether I want my main Aquilo ship doing that, I'm not too sure yet. I mean, it's already doing laps around all of the planets. Maybe it can go pick stuff up. So everything I need for the quantum processor is now available to us, which is fantastic. We've got the tungsten carbide from Volcanus, we've got the superconductor from Fulgora, and we've got the carbon fiber now from Gleba. Lithium plate and fluorokeotine is going to be on Aquilo. Processing units we can grab from anywhere. We can grab it from Fulgora, we can grab it from home. I don't know, it depends on wherever has more processing units, I suppose. Now, it doesn't require a lot of these things. Like, if I shipped 1,000 of each, then I can make 1,000 quantum processors. And with that, like, that's like more than enough, I'm sure, then we can consume, right? So I think we're good. We just have to make sure this is working properly. These high-level smelters are definitely coming in clutch now. So glad we spent the time making them. Back on Nalvis, everything, these things are still making more. But yeah, it takes a long time to make anything decent. So we'll just let these things run in the background, I suppose. If this thing clogs up with green, then we'll figure out how to recycle the green back into even higher stuff. But at the moment, it seems to be okay. I don't think it's consuming any special materials that I'm running out of at all. But that's pretty much it. I think we'll leave it at that for this episode. We've expanded the rocket infrastructure on all our planets now, and we're ready to head back to Aquilo next episode to set up all the fancy new technology that we've unlocked. So quantum processors, foundations, and all of that good stuff. But I have to come up with a pretty decent build on Aquilo because Aquilo already struggles. And if I do what I'm doing now, I don't know if it's just going to keep struggling even more. We definitely also need to bring a bunch of roboports, a bunch of concrete. Thankfully, it's been making this stuff. I think I've stopped the production of this. No, it's still going. It's still been making these foundations, which is fantastic because we're going to need all these foundations to expand our Aquilo base to account for all of these new buildings that we're going to make. But all of that's going to happen next episode. So if you don't want to miss out, don't forget to like and sub, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.